My Instagram account got hacked and I lost all access to it. Was I devastated? Absolutely. But is my business in ruin and shambles? Absolutely not, and I'm so grateful for that. There's several precautions that I took to support my business and a precaution that I didn't take, which led my Instagram account to be hacked. And I'm gonna talk about both of those today to make sure that your settings are giving you top privacy, but also systematically your business is supported in several ways so that if you do lose access or get hacked or there's a glitch or whatever reason, your business is still moving forward even if you don't have Instagram. Welcome to the Real You Membership Lesson 4. See, the truth is that Instagram and every social media platform is rented real estate. We don't own the traffic on there. Any day, those could be gone. An example is Vine. That was a huge social media platform that kind of introduced short form video, kind of. And one day, everybody woke up and the entire Vine company had been dissolved. And naturally, people were devastated. It's just good practice to be diversified anyways and make sure that your business and your livelihood is being fed from several different places. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but the first thing we're going to talk about are security settings. I'll let you know too that when my Instagram account got hacked, I immediately went into Facebook Meta Suite and I disconnected my Instagram. Luckily, I still have TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and my email and my relationships to carry my business. I'm really grateful for all of that. Update your settings in Facebook by going to Facebook on your desktop, click on your account, and then go down to Settings and Privacy. Click Privacy Checkup. You could probably do this on your phone too, but I like to see it all spread out for me on my desktop. And from here, you can read different articles. I went right here to how to keep your account secure. My password's good, two-factor authentication is on, but just in case, I'll show you how to turn two-factor authentication on in Facebook right here. So I'm going to click Manage. I'll put in my password. Once I put my password in, there's a couple different ways that I can add two-factor authentication. I thought I would do recovery codes at the bottom because if I lost my phone, then I would have these available to me. So I click on Setup, Get Codes. Facebook gave me a list of 10 codes, and at the very bottom of that screen where the codes come up, you can actually download it. Just make sure you save it on your computer where it's easy to find. If you'd like to learn more about privacy settings, go to the same pathway and go to Privacy Center, and there are a ton of articles that you can read up here. In Instagram, I want you to go to your settings and turn on two-factor authentication. Click the three lines in your profile and then click on Settings. Go down to click on Security, and then two-factor authentication. There are several ways you can go about this. I chose Apple Passwords, so you'll go through a process here. You'll get backup codes. Take a screenshot of this and then take that picture and save it in an album called Recovery Codes. You cannot lose these codes, otherwise you will not be able to get back into your account. Save it in your albums, write them down on your desk, whatever you need to do to make sure that this is going to be safe information. This is an additional precaution because what happened was my hacker got in my Instagram account and I did not have two-factor authentication turned on. That was my bad. It got moved to the back burner and then I forgot about it. So now I definitely won't be making that mistake again. In TikTok, you can also turn on two-factor authentication. Just take this opportunity to do this right now, even if it means pausing the video, and maybe think about changing your passwords. When was the last time you updated and changed your passwords? It might take you a little bit of time to go through those settings right now. It's better than 2 years of your work being totally obliterated in one rushed moment where you clicked on the wrong link. Now what happened is that my friend's account got hacked and she sent me a link. It's not atypical to get links in your Instagram messages. My friends and I share stuff all the time through Instagram messages. So I didn't even register that this might have been a threat. It's a really good scam and it totally got me. Now that we know better, we can do better. Go take care of your settings right now. Now getting into supporting your business in several different ways. Our business is like a stool. And if Instagram is the biggest pillar in that stool and that gets kicked out from under us, our whole business could tumble and we would be in big trouble.
So there are several different ways that we want to support our business. I'm not saying this is the end-all be-all guide to secure your business, but this is what I've done so far that has really supported me through this whole unfortunate situation. The first thing is I build relationships. I go to networking events. I talk about what I do all the time. Anyone who talks to me at the grocery store, at the dry cleaner, they know within a couple minutes what I do. And it's not because I'm just talking all about me. I make it a point, and I'm an extrovert, so it's easier for me, that I talk to people. And when I ask them what they do, they'll ask me what I do. Make sure that people know what you do, because it could be your neighbor who needs your service, and if you don't ever talk about what you do, they'll never know. It all comes down to relationships. We use Instagram to build relationships, but there are, of course, other ways to do this. Follows and views do not equal relationships. Interaction and engagement, that's what fosters relationships, right? Maybe have at least 2 social media platforms that you like to use. This could be Facebook and Instagram. This could be Instagram and TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever you like to use. Just have 2 of them. That way, if one goes down, the other one is still there. And also, different social media platforms have different algorithms and different demographics. It's just in your best interest anyways to be well-versed and to be on several different platforms. Join a professional organization in your town or your community. I joined my local Chamber of Commerce, and I'm so grateful that I'm a member there. I can advertise my events and services on their newsletter, on their website. I automatically borrow some of their credibility because just by being a member, I get to borrow the authority of this trusted organization. Because people already trust the Chamber of Commerce, when I advertise an event or a service through them, the trust is higher than if I just come to someone out of the blue and say, hey, this is what I can do, buy my services. I also do networking groups all the time, at least once a week, if not more. I like person-to-person contact. We're starting a local business networking international chapter here in Walla Walla, but I've gone to BNI groups in Tri-Cities. I've gone to chamber events and ribbon cuttings and business after hours. So just go to your local Chamber of Commerce, see what kind of events are coming up, and just go there, talk to 3 people, and call it a day. You've done your job. Build an email newsletter list. If you're just starting off with this, you can literally just do 1 email per month. And I'm sure if you sit down one time and write up some ideas, it'll come to you. I think when people first get into it, they're worried that they're going to be spamming their people's accounts. They're worried that they don't want to clutter their inboxes, all these things. And I totally understand that because I've signed up for way too many newsletters as well. Our traffic on social media is rented real estate. We do not own that traffic. The only way that we can take ownership of the following that we've built is if we convert those followers into email subscribers or into members or into clients. And if you have a paid offer, a free email newsletter list is a great way to provide value and build trust. You need something to bridge that gap between they're just scrolling on social media to, no, I'm actually interested in your services. And that free email newsletter, it's no risk because it's no money. And so it's a great way for them to test the waters and see if they really like you as a person and also what you offer. There are 2 main aspects to building an email newsletter list. That is 1, what will your free lead magnet be? And number 2, write a good welcome sequence. You can do this. I use Squarespace to do mine. You can use Wix, MailChimp, ConvertKit. There are so many options out there, but I really like Squarespace. Thinking about our value ladder, our different offerings at different price points. The free value, it's going to be probably somebody, a beginner or who's new to what you do. So think about your niche, but the beginning stages of that niche. So for me, as you probably know, I made a free content guide. It's never out of content ideas because everybody always comes to me and they say, what am I going to write about? That's the first question. That's one of the first questions I get asked. So think about what you're asked all the time. How did you get started? How can I make this too? Just think about that, maybe journal about it and see what are you asked all the time and what would a beginner ask you. For example, we have an outdoor adventure company who's part of our membership. They want to grow their business and do multi-day outdoor tours. Their email opt-in could be, planning your summer backpacking trip, here are my backpacking summer basics. We have a jeweler and a polymer clay artist. You know, for anyone who's getting into polymer clay jewelry, these are my 3 things that I started off with. Or it could be how to take care of your jewelry. Anything in your niche, but like the beginner level. The second thing is building out your welcome sequence. So in Squarespace, and I'm sure in any email software, you can automate this. So as soon as someone signs up, they get sent their PDF guide and an email. And at the beginning of this email, you want to introduce yourself and a little bit of a backstory to who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. What's the why and what's the fire? Like, what's the real reason that you got started in doing what you're doing? Make it personal because they want to be able to connect with you. Like I said, it's all about relationships, and this is the equivalent of having a conversation with somebody. You're sharing something a little bit personal, and that's how you start off a relationship. Also, by starting off the relationship with some value, they're going to trust you. In my email newsletter welcome sequence, there are 3 emails that go out every single time. It goes out day 1, day 2, day 3, each one with a different PDF guide, because I want them to know that when they see an email coming from Sarah McGill, that it's going to be valuable and it's something that they can use to solve their problems. If you only have one idea for an email opt-in offer, that's better than nothing for sure. But if you think of something else, or maybe as you go along, you can add that to your welcome sequence. Just think about it. Even if it's 1 email per month after that, as long as you're doing something. But this is a system that is so vitally important to any business, is your email newsletter. The last thing that I'll say to bolster your business and give you some security and longevity regardless of the situation is building social proof. These are testimonials and reviews. I've recently started implementing a video testimonial request every single time I do an event. This is also great because I'm still doing some free collaborations. If I'm giving something for free, then they're always grateful and they're always happy to hop on a Zoom call and do a video testimonial. I found this from a mentor of mine. Every time he does a service or a speaking engagement or anything, he asks that organizer of that event afterwards to do a video testimonial. Hop on a 15-minute Zoom call that will automatically record it and ask them these 5 questions. Ask them their name and their position, why they chose to work with you, what was the before and after, what was their biggest takeaway, would they recommend you to a friend. Now this is sort of tailored to a service-based business. I'm a service-based business. How you could use this in a way that makes sense for your business model. And then when you have these, put them on social media, on all your platforms, put them on your website, and if it feels right, put them in your email newsletters. There might be an opportunity for you to make your offer and say, this is what so-and-so had to say about working with me. If you or anyone else you know would need these services, I'm here. I'd love to know how I can help. Now, the way I do this is that I don't make every email a sales email. I talk in depth about topics in my niche, right? Maybe every 3rd or 5th email, I'm going to make an offer. And that's okay. When we're truly helping people, we have a moral obligation to sell. We have something that will help them. And whether it's a free email newsletter or a $19 membership or an ebook or done-for-you services, whatever level of support they need, we'll have something for them. You believe in what you offer. You know you're good at what you do. It's your duty to promote yourself and to put yourself out there. And you've got to ask for the sale sometimes. Your action steps for this month are write down and just put notes, structure out what your free email opt-in would be, and write out 3 ideas for email newsletters. If you want to do extra credit, do that welcome email sequence. YouTube it. If you need more information about email marketing, I really like Mira Kotan. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to email me. And if you found this lesson helpful, please also share the membership. I wish you all the best. Stay safe out there. I'll see you on the life call.